Okay, round two for this video because I was into my assholery on this person because they don't know how to have an intelligent conversation. And when I told them that this didn't make any sense, all they can resort to is insults. And so I did a lot of cussing on the first version of this video. So let me be a little bit nicer. But I don't usually respect people who can't respect me. But this person said that there's no such thing as a Palestinian. Most Gazians and Egyptian settlers settled stealing Jewish land in Gaza. Jews lived in Gaza since 145 BC, and all Jews in Israel for thousands of years were called Palestinians. Thank you for showing me how ignorant you are of time and history, because you absolutely have no idea to which you are speaking of. In 145 BC, that area that is now Gaza was in the land of Judea. It wasn't called Gaza. It wasn't called Palestine. It was Judea was the name of it. Yeah, that's what, because around that 145 BC, that's during the time frame of the Romans. And they were Judeans, okay? Not Palestinians. And even before that, they were still called Judeans if you was from the southern kingdom of Judah or the northern kingdom and then there were those from the northern kingdom of Israel under the Greeks and under the Babylonians, the Persians and the Greeks and the Babylonians. You see, you might want to learn something about history before you start spouting out this bullshit. And then the Ottomans took over, and then from the Romans, and then they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This land has been invaded by multiple people back and forth, over and over again. You have no idea. And all names are made up. Where I live right now is called Georgia. So I was born here, so I'm Georgian. You know, I'm a Georgia native. But I remember going to Yugoslavia. Have you ever heard of Yugoslavia? Depending upon your age, you may not have heard of Yugoslavia, but I remember going there during the time frame that they was at war, and now it's called Bosnia-Herzegovina because it broke up. Yugoslavia broke up. It changed its name. And so anyone who is probably about 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 years old, they only know Bosnia-Herzegovina. They don't know Yugoslavia because they weren't born during that time frame, because this would have been in the early 90s. But you can't conceptualize history like that because your mind is not open enough to be able to do that, because you're filled with a whole bunch of racism within yourself. You do not care what's happening to the people there because you're only concerned about what your book says, that you should own this land, that these people stole this land from you. Nobody stole the land. All lands are colonized, conquered, or discovered. That's it. Colonized, conquered, discovered. But since pretty much all the land has been discovered thus far, all lands now are colonized or conquered. That's it. Colonized, conquered. Colonized, conquered. That's all that happens. And that's what's happened in this area more times than almost any other place in the world. That it has been colonized and conquered by multiple different people. So you don't even really know what a Jewish person is. Not by bloodline. It's just a person who adopts the religion. That's it. But you might need to go and learn some history because you're an idiot.